Hello, sexy souls. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of coffee and tarot. It has been an amazing, I don't understand it week. It has been hotter than all get out. I'm getting over like to 100 degrees Fahrenheit with like way over 110 degree the way that it feels outside. And then voila, some storms came in. You might hear some thunder in the background and it's freezing. My air conditioning couldn't keep up this week, and suddenly I'm freezing. So I have a sweatshirt and everything on, so you're gonna see me. And instead of coffee, I have my tea today. But get whatever you want. Get your coffee, your tea. There goes the thunder. Oh, this is like the perfect atmosphere for a reading. So let's check in and see what energies and what messages Spirit might have for us today, okay? All right, we're gonna, oh, yes, we're starting with Sun Night Tarot. Alrighty. Take a deep breath, cozy up. And if you all want some more frequent messages, definitely check me out on TikTok. I make many little messages over there for people. Would love for you to come over and join. I'll get it together. I will get this together. One more. Good Lord. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, this is what I want to, okay. oh, I do like this. Okay. All right, let's have a conversation. I'm going to jump right on into this. We have the Six of Swords and the Ten of Cups. You're in the midst of transitioning into a very, very happy, you know what? I almost was going to say personal, like personally content, but obviously with the Ten of Cups, this feels like a joy that is more than just you having personal satisfaction and some type of personal wish. Like I feel like there's some type of joyous exchange. Okay. A situation where you actually get to enjoy what you have and what you're experiencing with others. Let's figure this one out really quick. Oh, are you kidding me? At the bottom, the Nine of Cups. All right, we're whipping this out. I get it. You're in the transition. Okay, so Six of Swords always about going from those rocky waters into the calm waters. That is transformation. That is the, how do I put it? Sorry, I didn't mean to knock y'all. The alchemizing, right? And I feel like what you've been doing, because anytime there's three cards, the center one is the overall energy, you have really reached a sense of being happy within yourself and being content, and reaching some of your goals, and I feel like you've been setting like smaller goals, you know what I mean? So that you can feel satisfied instead of, you know, sometimes we set these like very large goals and we can feel kind of taken aback by the length of time that it might take to get there. And so instead of celebrating the smaller accomplishments and in the progress that we're making and the fact that we are moving towards something, we just consistently see, I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet, you know, and then that kind of like can transmute into feeling like not being very pessimistic and lack type of mentality, okay? But there's some kind of transition that you've gone through, some transformation, you've alchemized that, and you're really experiencing and celebrating a lot of the smaller wins that you have. You're being more I don't want to use the word satisfied. It's not satisfied. Good. Give me a term. Give me a term. Just joy. I'm just going to use joy. Like it doesn't feel like it encompasses enough, but I feel like you have really been feeling a lot more contentment and joy because you are celebrating the smaller wins. And now that you're existing in this energy more frequently, it's almost like you're setting, this is like a manifestation type of game, I want to say. Like you're playing with your abilities and playing with the universe and playing with this notion of being able to manifest, and you're kind of like setting smaller goals, and you're getting it and you're getting it, and you're feeling more and more like you've got a mastery over the art of how to bring something into your existence and everything. And so it's like a bunch of, I feel like you're getting what you want. You're making gains towards what you want, and that's going to get you to where this is something that can be shared with others. Okay, because I always look at 9 as the individual, right? Because the 10 is when we're about to go over into the 10 of into the Ace of Cups. So you almost, it's like the end of the cycle. Like whatever phase or whatever you've been working on reaches its pinnacle, and then you can start and branch into something new. So I feel like this may be something where you are finally getting close enough to reach that large goal that you had been really working towards, that wish fulfillment, that wish that you were wanting. And it's something in the realm of being able to share that with others, right? Not just, I feel like other people are going to be really proud of you for whatever this is. You're going to get some type of like, people are going to get as much joy from what you are about to do or what you are doing as you do. Okay, there we go. That feels satisfactory. Good Lord, have mercy. Sometimes it just, it's a hot minute to come out. Woo! Ace of Wands. This is some kind of a project, a passion of yours. Yep. 7 of Cups. This opens up a lot of opportunities. Whatever this passion project is, that you have a lot of drive for and that you want to grow, you've got a torch in you for this, it's going to open up a lot of opportunities. And I think this is where it comes into play, that this project, or I want to say project because it feels very creative in nature, very passionate. And when we say project, it could even just be, it doesn't mean that you're like working in isolation. This could be like this passionate goal, we can say, of yours where you're working within a company, but because you're getting there, it opens up a lot of opportunities for you, and that's how you come into, like, other people end up benefiting from whatever it is that you have worked on in reaching all these smaller goals. Other people are going to be able to benefit from this and enjoy it as much, and then there's a sense of reciprocity for this, right? Because you're attracting people who have the same frequency as you. You don't get to the 10 of Cups without another full cup being brought in. So this is another cup that can pour into you as much as you can to it, all right? And so empty cups don't make it to the 10 of Cups. I'm just gonna say, if the empty cup comes in, you're still 9 of Cups, all right? And so whatever this is, it opens up a lot of opportunities, because, yeah, it has these opportunities, these extra opportunities, these new doors, these new ways of expression, which makes sense because we're going from the 10, you know, like I said, after the 10 of Cups is the Ace of Cups. So it's almost like starting over again. Like, you get to the pinnacle of where you're wanting to go, and then there's a whole new phase of this that begins. And in that, you have so much opportunity that's going to come forward. We're still pulling. We're still pulling from this deck. You should be proud of yourself. I think your spirit team is very proud of you. Do not hesitate or convince yourself that you're not ready when this comes in, when this happens. I feel like it may feel a bit overwhelming for you because you really got into a place where you were not focusing on the greater. You know, I think that when we start manifesting, we really always focus on the future, and we've had to retrain ourselves to focus on the present moment and the next step, not necessarily forgoing or not acknowledging or recognizing the milestone that we're trying to achieve. But you were so focused on making the progress towards this that it's almost like you haven't looked up and realized that this is about to come through. So you are so in the moment and just the next step and the next step and just celebrating yourself and, okay, I did that, and yes, I accomplished this, and I did it. Okay, good. You know, like you're just really feeling in the flow, and boom, before you know it, it takes you aback, the number of opportunities and the people who are going to be recognizing and wanting to come in and either pour into your cup or who can benefit from what it is that you're doing, this passion of yours. And so, you know, sometimes I think something might have started out as like, I had this big lofty goal, and then it was like, you know what, I'm going to do this for the love of it and just work on it day to day, day to day, day to day, and voila, right? And just hope for the best. And you got so used to paying attention to being in the moment and working on it day to day that when this major, it's some type of major success. Major being that it's a success you have not experienced yet with this. And it's going to be a stark contrast. Eight of Swords is really about getting into that mental realm where you feel a little bit trapped. Like, I don't know if I can do this. I've only been able to do this little bit and this little bit and this little bit and this little bit. So when this comes in and all the opportunities, you may feel stuck at a crossroads with the options that this presents, or the magnitude at which you are able to share whatever this is. We're going to use new air elements. Tell us a little bit more about, you know, let's give a little background as to why. Because I do feel the stark contrast. And I think when you're working on little goals, you've, like, there's a essence of, you know, if I'm not feeling let down. Remember, you kept feeling consistently let down when you had that lofty goal, and that's the only thing that you focused on, rather than celebrating all the moments and the pieces that you were accomplishing to get to there. And so when you changed your perspective and your lens, the smaller things felt, you know, it was I feel like you're like, oh my gosh, what if I can't do it? Because whatever's coming in, or the way that this turns out, is going to require so much more. And so if this is something where you had to kind of change your perspective and alchemize things a little bit, so that you can maintain, I want to say that had you kept looking at just the greater goal or the greater milestone that you're working towards, or what that desire, then you would have burnt yourself out and you probably would have given up. That's why that was necessary. And so you've gotten into a good place now. And so this is almost requiring yet another transition, because again, if you go from the 10 to the 1, or 10 to the Ace of Cups, that's a whole new phase. Like, you've met a milestone and now it's going to expand. It's almost like you're starting the cycle over again, right? And so this is yet another transition, and it feels just a bit scary, it feels like to me. Questioning yourself as your capacity to be able to do this. Because now you've gotten yourself into the much smaller steps, which I feel like you also paced yourself, and you were able to go slow and control the amount at which you did that. Whatever comes in, you're going to require you to step up to its pace. Oof, okay. I hope this makes sense. It makes sense in my head. Like, I can hear it, I understand it, I can feel this energy, and I hope it makes sense for you. We're going to focus on, I think we completely understand the Eight of Swords, why this might be, but if we're talking about a new cycle, something that you're going to be able to share with people, I'm wanting to focus on this right over here, not these so much, but this, the being able to share this with others, like where other people will have pride in what it is that you're doing and benefit from whatever it is that you're doing. And then the opportunities that could, like, what do we mean between the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Cups? Let's get, okay. Abundance, it's growing, basically, is what they're saying. This is going to grow by leaps and bounds. It's been in a gestational period where you were, again, the smaller steps to reach this milestone, and now, just as within like a pregnancy or anything, that milestone, you're ready to give birth. Okay. Well, that flew. So whatever you were building and growing up to this point, which took some time, and that's why you really needed to pace yourself. You needed to start looking at it from, let me make these smaller steps, and I accomplished this, I got this done, I did this, You couldn't rush the process or the situation, and so focusing on that greater goal or milestone just wasn't going to cut it, all right? You were going to give up if you had to keep focusing on that. So you changed your perspective, and just like with a pregnancy, it's every phase, every trimester of this. You know, now this is developing, and this part of this brain is developing, and blah, blah, blah. And it's going to bring in a lot of abundance. It's bringing life to something, okay? So you've been working on a project and bringing life to it. The expiration card in this particular deck is the 3 of Wands. As you all know, we've got the Ace of Wands over here. That is your desire, your passion, your drive, your focus. And then the 2 of Wands is choosing how to action that, right? Because the Wands are all about action. And the 2 is about choice. So you're choosing how to take action towards this particular, right? Which there's several, there's all kinds of opportunities and ways that you can, make moves towards something or a goal. You chose to take action. And then the 3 of Wands, I always say, is all about waiting for the reciprocity, waiting for the feedback. So let's say you start a business, right? You have this idea to sell something, and you start the business and you put it out there and you finally launch it. Well, now you're waiting. You're waiting for your ships to come in. How well is it going to be received? You're waiting for the feedback from the universe. You've put that energetic frequency out as to what you want through your actions, right? In the whole co-creation process. And now you're waiting for your ships to come in, and you're waiting for it to take off. And so they're saying that this thing has grown enough, it's giving birth, and it's going to take off. And you're manifesting this. Like, you have the capacity, because you took your time during this day. So you garnered skills, you figured out all the little nooks and crannies of how to make sure that this works, or how you want it to work, at least in the beginning stages. Like all the little kinks that there could be in this, you finally figured a lot of that out. And so now you're in a place where you're like, okay, now I'm ready. I have all the resources at my disposal. I'm able to do this. I can manifest this. This is something that you've manifested. You may not see it, because I think you're so used to having yet another little step and another little step and another little thing and another, like all these little, and you haven't had this success yet. That you had been hoping for this all along. And so it's like, when it finally comes, they're reminding you that's what you went through. That's why you did this. What is about to happen, this 10 of Cups, where people will be able to benefit from what you're doing, is your ships coming in. And from that, whenever we have something, we put it out there to the world and it's successful and the world receives it well, that means we can take that in all kinds of different trajectories. People may want to partner with us. People will be wanting our services. People will be buying. And when that happens, when a business takes off, or a project takes off, or whatever it is that you wanted to do, even if you went to school and you were like, I am just going to wait till I get to the point of graduation and all that kind of, and then suddenly the number of job opportunities, like, this is what you've worked towards. I think you're going to be surprised at the number of directions this can take you. And you're going to have to make some decisions in regards to that, because you want to make sure that you're not going to spread yourself thin, that you can fulfill this desire to work with you and to meet what these people are wanting from you, so that people can continue to benefit as well as yourself. And that may only add a little bit to your confusion and feeling like, okay, now what? Now that it's successful, now what? You've been working on the little pieces for so long. They're preparing you. Six of Swords. This is the 2 Six of Swords. You're about to go through another transition. Be ready and prepared. Know, sometimes if we know that we're going to have a lot of opportunity coming to us, we can almost like prepare ourselves for that. And ready ourselves for a transition. It's not a tower moment then when we know, right? It's not a tower moment where it takes us by shock and we're just like, oh my gosh, you've really worked for this. You've got the capacity and the capabilities for this. You are the magician. That's what the Magus is. And so they're just preparing you and letting you know this transition is happening. And by the looks of this, the numbers that we have here, we've got 2 6s. The next 3 months is what they're showing me. We have 2 6s, we have a 7 and an 8, and then we have 2 3s here. So over the course of the next 3 months is what I want to say. From when you are watching this, this is when this transition is going to happen. It's going to go from the smaller goals to people really benefiting and wanting and sharing in what you have accomplished and wanting to kind of feed back into that and then opening up opportunities. So it's going to be really fast. It's going to feel very fast. It's like within a blink of an eye. Because if I'm looking at this, I'm thinking 6 as in June. Like when I'm recording this, this is why I'm coming to this. Okay, guys, it's June at this point in time. And so there's a heavy emphasis. And as soon as I saw the 6s, they were like June. And then I'm seeing the 8, which would be August. And then there's a 7, which would be July. You know, so it's almost like, and then the 2 3s, which would be, you know, so this is where I'm getting it. And and we have 2 1s. So yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. Major transition, you're going to start to see it within one month. But the way that this unfolds, it's going to be over the course, I want to say, of the next 3 months. The development of it and the opportunity. So between the 10 of Cups to the 7 of Cups, all right? And the thing that they don't want you to do is to freeze, okay? Don't doubt yourself. You have the capacity and the capability to fulfill the demands that will be coming your way. It is exactly what you've been waiting for and building up for. Trust yourself. Obviously, the universe has faith in you as well. This is exactly what you have, everything that you need. You have everything that you need. They want you to mentally prepare now and go and get yourself into a space where you're ready to step up to the plate when this begins happening. Congratulations, because that is definitely an order. You have done a fantastic job. I hope this is beneficial, and I hope this was detailed enough for you to prepare. Always check back. I do coffee and tarot sporadically, and I also do my live reading, so join us whenever we come live. You might just get a personal reading yourself. Thank you so much.